Armed Security Officer, Guard Card License Training Class. Alliance Training and Testing. Course Overview and Cost. A security guard officer is an individual employed by a contract security company or a proprietary security organization to protect persons and/or property from criminal activities. Alliance Training and Testing LLC places major emphasis on successfully preparing our students for challenging careers in the security field. Our modern and practical approach to education provides our graduates with the necessary skills essential to obtain responsible armed security positions in business and industry. A security officer who holds an armed guard registration may work on an armed or unarmed post and is not required to hold an additional unarmed guard registration. All armed security officers must meet the armed guard registration requirements in order to be authorized to carry a firearm. Course cost: $160. $50 reservation fee, plus $110, due on day 1. Additional weapon cost, $30. Course description. This course includes an examination, covering subjects in which the individual must have training for licensure as an armed security officer in the state of Tennessee. In accordance with requirements under Tennessee Code Annotated Section 6235-118, all candidates must complete a 4-hour basic course, including 1 hour each of orientation, legal powers, and limitations of a security guard officer, emergency procedures, general duties. Course description. An armed security officer applicant must also complete 8 additional hours of classroom training, covering legal limitations on the use of a firearm, handling of a firearm, safety and maintenance of firearms. An armed security officer applicant must also complete an additional 4 hours of marksmanship training and achieve a minimum score of 70% on any silhouette target approved by the Commissioner. Course learning objective and suggested audience. The objective of this course is to train individuals to become licensed armed security officers in the state of Tennessee. This course is fully approved by the State of Tennessee Private Protective Services and satisfies all requirements to be licensed in the state of Tennessee as an armed security officer. This course is for anyone interested in becoming employed as an armed security officer in the state of Tennessee. Course prerequisites. Be at least 21 years of age for registration as an armed security guard officer. Be a citizen of the United States, or a resident alien. Not have been declared by any court of competent jurisdiction incompetent by reason of mental defect or disease, unless a court of competent jurisdiction has since declared the applicant competent. Not be suffering from habitual drunkenness, or narcotics addiction, or dependence. Not have any disability that, in the opinion of the Commissioner, prevents the applicant from performing the duties of a security guard officer. Be of good moral character. Course prerequisites. If convicted in any jurisdiction of any of the crimes listed in this subdivision, 4. Have completed serving sentence or court-ordered probation at least 5 years prior to application. Conviction of the following crimes shall disqualify an applicant, subject to the conditions stated in this section: A. Any felony, or B. Any misdemeanor involving 1. Shooting a firearm, or other weapon. 2. Shoplifting. 3. Assault and battery, or other act of violence, against persons or property. 4. Crimes involving the sale, manufacture, or distribution of controlled substances, controlled substance analogs, drugs, or narcotics. 5. Theft of property, or 6. Theft of services. Course schedule, duration. Course schedule. Class dates are posted on our website, guardtrainingdn.com. Course duration: 2 days, approximately 16 hours. Day 1. 4 hours unarmed classroom instruction. 4 hours armed classroom instruction. Day 2. 4 hours armed classroom instruction. 4 hours firearms training. Course location and equipment. Location: Day 1. Alliance Training and Testing, 315 Dederick Street, number 125, Nashville, Tennessee, 37238. Day 2. Royal Range, 7741 US 70 South, Nashville, Tennessee, 37221. Equipment. Day 1. No weapons required. Day 2. Weapon, magazine, 50 rounds ammo, no reloads. Course attendance. To meet attendance requirements, participants must entirely attend each training module, and complete the course. Unarmed final examination, with a minimum score of 70%. Armed final examination, with a minimum score of 70%. Achieve a minimum score of 70%, on any silhouette target, approved by the Commissioner. Renewals. Every 2 years, armed security officers must complete 4 hours of refresher training, and requalify in the use of a firearm, by achieving a minimum score of 70%, on any silhouette target approved by the Commissioner, prior to the renewal of their guard registration. Standard of Conduct Agreement. If a student is found to have not been the person who completed all the coursework, or final exam, the penalty may include, but is not limited to, expulsion, permanent foreclosure from future classes, forfeiture of the course completion certificate, or all of the above, in accordance with Alliance Training and Testing LLC, Standard of Conduct. If applicable, a letter notifying the student's sponsoring company or organization of the individual's misconduct will be sent by Alliance Training and Testing LLC to the appropriate official. All violations of our Standard of Conduct will be immediately reported directly to the State of Tennessee Private Protective Services. Alliance Training and Testing LLC will formally request that the student's unarmed license be immediately suspended or revoked for violating our Standard of Conduct. By purchasing this course, you agree that completion of this entire course and final examination will be an individual effort. Purchase Agreement. By making this purchase, you affirm that you 1. Can read, write, and comprehend standard English text. 2. Can speak and comprehend the English language. 3. Are eligible for Armed Security Officer Guard training, in accordance with the State of Tennessee Private Protective Services requirements. 4. Are eligible to work in the State of Tennessee, and meet all citizenship eligibility requirements, in accordance with the State of Tennessee Private Protective Services requirements. 5. Armed students are required to pass a multiple-choice test, scoring equal to, or greater than, 70%, on the unarmed and armed written exams, and achieve a minimum of 70%, on any silhouette target, approved by the Commissioner. 6. We make no guarantees of successful completion or licensure. 7. Alliance Training and Testing LLC reserves the right to refuse to train or certify any student, for any reason whatsoever. Return Policy. This is a non-refundable reservation fee. All sales of products and services are final. If you do not attend the class on the training date selected, your exclusive and sole remedy is to reschedule for an alternate training date within 60 days of the original training date selected. It is the responsibility of the trainee to submit the application to the State of Tennessee, along with the applicable fee. Thank you for considering our services. Alliance Training and Testing